What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning into another video. Today we are going to be working on my truck. I got to put new rotors and brake pads on the front of the truck because the ones that I got on there, they seem to be creating a lot of dust and the rotors are pretty wore down. So I'm just going to replace it all and have it done so that they're good again. As far as the Audi goes, we got the front ones done. Found out the brake pads that I needed to order are $160. I got them on order. They'll be in Monday. The rear ones, we had some issues. I had to buy a whole new tool set. Plus I bought a welder. Plus I bought some other stuff. I bought new bolts for the calipers, for the bracket that goes on for the calipers. I bought new bolts for that. This Audi is just about done. I also bought a wrap. I am going to be wrapping this car. I don't know exactly when, but we are going to be wrapping her, and I'm telling you, you just want to stay tuned for that because it is going to look amazing. We got a certain wrap. I'm not going to tell you yet what it is, but it definitely looks good. So hopefully we see this car all wrapped up sooner than later. And when I say wrap, that's a vinyl wrap, folks, just so you understand what I'm talking about. But with that said, we are going to go get out of the alleyway here and go put some front rotors and brakes on this truck. All right, so we're out front here, and I got my nephew. He's just taking the bolts off. We're going to bust the tire off, and then we're going to jump into the caliper, release the caliper, then we'll release the bracket, and then we're going to take off the rotor, put the new one on, put the bracket back on, and then put the caliper back on with the new brake pads that I have right here. We got her off, we got her back on, the rotor back on. We still got to put the brake pads on, the caliper. As you noticed, if you could have seen in the time lapse there, I used the C-clamp to bring the caliper back in with the old brake pads. You know, basically that's, you know, it's an old trick I learned over the years of working on vehicles. Instead of going and spending the money on renting the tool for doing it, it's easier that way. Another way to do it too is to basically just release the oil, the brake fluid, and you just press them in, right? Once you release that pressure, they'll push right in easy. But that's the way I do it. It's beautiful. You look at these new rotors on there, on this side anyways. Still got the other side to do, but you know, overall, I think it took me, what, probably by the time I'm finished, maybe 25 minutes.
Oh yeah, 25 minutes at least,
you know, like, you know, so, you know, if I had a shop, now it'd be even quicker, especially with an impact gun. And, you know, like literally I could probably do these. I'm so used to doing them, I could probably do them in 10 minutes one side, right? So that'd be 20 minutes to do both sides. But that's the problem with today is we take our stuff and we go to we go to these mechanics and parts stores, and see, it might only take them an hour to do something, but because in the book it says 2 to 3 hours, they're going to charge you that, right? And I would like to, and this is the honest God truth, I would like to in reality just get my mechanic license, open a shop, and charge you what I work, not what the book says. You know, I just think that they're out there and they're ripping people off left and right, right? Like, and there's no need of it. There's no need of it. Like, you got all that high-tech equipment. You shouldn't be, you know, I understand a business got to make money, man. Don't get me wrong, but you don't have to do it where you're, you know, like, you're lying, right? Like, you look at that place in Ontario, the place that changed people's oil, and they were telling them there was other stuff wrong with it, and ended up, you know, just people didn't understand. They're like, oh, okay, well, that needs to be done. Well, let's do it while it's in there, right? And they weren't even doing the work. They were saying it needed the work, and it didn't even need it. You know, and that's sad for people that have to live that way, and, you know, have to depend on a mechanic and get treated like that. Like, that company, I think, ended up, they went to jail, plus they were sued, right? And their insurance, because they're a company, they're insured, and then they were sued like outrageous. So that guy, when he does get out for fraud, he'll never own a company again. But it's not the point, right? Then people are still had to go through that, and they, you know, no matter what, you're gonna put that on your mind when you're working on, when you got a mechanic working on your vehicle. Now you're gonna be like, you know, that happened to me. I wonder if this guy's doing the same thing, right? Like, you know, and it shouldn't be happening, but it does, right? And we all have to deal with it. We all have to live this life and deal with everything that comes our way, and sometimes it's good and other times it's not. So let me get the brakes, we'll get them on, and we'll show you when she's done. Alright guys, so you'll see here I got her all back together. Basically the only thing I got left to do is put the tire on it, and that side's done. Literally as quick as it takes. It's not long process, it's pretty quick, and it turns out beautiful with the new rotor on, right? You know, it makes a big difference. So when you first get in, you're gonna wanna start your truck, pump the brakes a couple times just to get the pressure back on the brakes, right? They will release, you know, don't think that you're gonna pump them and they won't release. They will release, but it'll get them to the point where they're right there at the rotor, so they're instant, right? So that's one thing you want to do. But anyways, we got this side done. We're gonna hop to the other side, get it done right quick, get this over with, and then we're gonna talk a little more about what's going on with the Audi, the problems I've had, and stuff. So let's get to the other side. All right guys, we got her all done. We got both sides, all new rotors on it, new brake pads. You know, you can see them shining in there. You can see all the soot from the old ones burning off, right? I gotta go wash the tires now and get all that soot off them, but I don't know if I'll go right now. But you can see it on that side too, just where it was burning up the soot, the brakes. So we got new ones on there. Back ones seem to be fine, no issues with those. Yeah, they don't seem to be cutting, so, and I'm not seeing any black stuff coming off, so I think they're all right for now. I mean, I should replace the pads at least, because the rotors are fine. Yeah, the rotors aren't too bad. They're a little wore in, but I think I get away with just the pads. The front ones were bad. You know, I bought this truck, and when I bought this truck, they did no service to it. They basically, someone traded it in, and they sold it right to me without doing anything to it. So, it just goes to show you the type of people that you deal with when you're dealing with dealerships. I don't know the name of the company right offhand that I bought the truck from, but I'll tell you this, they're out of BC. And I will definitely maybe leave a link or something, or maybe I'll post it on Instagram or my Facebook channel if you follow me there, something about but Yeah, no maintenance. Transmission fluid needs to be flushed. I ended up having to do the rear end myself when I got the truck. Right when I got the truck, I had to do the rear end fluid. It was due at 80,000 kilometers. I got the truck at 82,000 and it wasn't done, right? Like, you know, this is all stuff that when the dealership takes it in, should be done. You're paying almost, you know, you're paying $20,000 for a vehicle. You think that they would at least change fluids and stuff and make sure you have a fresh oil change. I had to do the oil myself, you know. Just goes to show you what you deal with when you're buying stuff from people, right? Like, you just never know what the deal is. I was pretty pissed off, to be honest, but that's part of it, right? You know. Anyways, we're gonna take this stuff around back. Actually, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna get in and I'm going to start her up and touch the brakes. Right, because that's what we want to do now. We want to fire her up, touch the brakes, see that they're right loose. There, boom, now they're tight. Okay. All right, so not even a budge out of her now. Before she was wanting to go, but anyways, let's get around back. I get all the tools back in the car. And then I'm gonna run to Timmy's because the wife wants another coffee for the morning. So let's go get that done. All right, guys, so we're back from Tim Hortons. I got my coffee and we're gonna talk now. You've seen that I got the Ford, I got that done. That was something that I needed to get done, but we're gonna talk about the Audi again. Last video I did, I got the rims, I got all brakes, rotors, calipers for the rear. I ended up getting the calipers, but the problem I'm having is the bolts are stripped. So I ordered a kit off Amazon. It's basically a bolt remover kit. It just goes over the bolt and it like locks onto it and tears it so that it comes loose, right? But anyways, we got that. That'll be here tomorrow, so we'll get this here done. The brakes for the front, $160 just for the pads. That's crazy. I've never spent that much on brake pads. They better be damn good. That's all I got to say. But they'll be in Monday. And the other thing is the car. Now, last video I talked about what I was going to do, whether I was going to paint it or whatever. I spent a lot of money on paint. The paint, I couldn't get it to damn match. So I said, you know what, frig this. I bought wrap, and we're going to wrap the whole car. And I'm telling you right now, you're going to love this wrap. Especially if you're a woman, I think you'll love it more than a guy. But even a guy is going to love it. It's a little secret. It is carbon fiber wrap, but it's a certain color. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is. As far as the Honda goes, it's been sitting a long time. We did get the bumper for it. It's in the car right now. The reason I got it in the car is because I don't trust anybody. I don't care if they want to steal that one that's broken. So be it. I hope they don't, because I need the bottom piece. But if they do, whatever they do. But we got, you know, we're waiting on some tools. Get this open. Just as you can see, I got a caliber. I got a look. Yeah, the nephew, he just threw everything right in here, man. Didn't care at all, right? Like, I got a brand new caliber sitting there, $250. He just throws everything on top of it. But anyways, I got new calibers for the rear. This car, by the time it's done, it's going to be, well, we're not getting rid of it. We've already decided we're going to keep it. I got too much money into it now. Too much money into it. As far as, now we're going to talk about the Ford Taurus I had and the GMC Envoy. Ford Taurus is gone. GMC Envoy, gone. Sold the two of them. The Envoy, I bought it for, I think it was like $1,000 at a Copart, 1,000 something, and it cost me $400 to get the exhaust fixed. Sold it for $2,300. The Ford Taurus, I bought it I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years ago almost, I think it was. Paid $1,000 for it, sold it for 1,500. I let it go, right? Get it out of here, gone, see ya, whatever. The wife is going to be driving this Audi. That is the plan. The Honda, I'm not sure yet. I did say to the wife, I think I might drive the Honda. Get rid of the camper and the truck, and trade it in for a motorhome, an RV, right? That way we could just tow the Honda behind it. Because the Honda's just front wheel drive, right? So I could just get a dolly, tow it right behind for cheap, and instead of having this camper that basically it costs too much to tow it with the truck, so we don't use it that much, right? You know, so we got to look at what's real and stuff. So I don't know. We're still debating, but stay tuned. I know it's been a long time since I posted a video. So stay tuned. There's a lot of work coming to this Audi. I've been away for a little bit, kind of wondering what to do with the Audi. Like I said, I did buy a welder. I did buy a welder because the exhaust has to be welded on this. And they're like, yeah, it's about, what is it? What did they say? Like 300 or 3 hours at $125 an hour. Well, that there is $400 in welding. Well, I just bought a welder for $350. You know, I'll do most of the welding myself. If there's something wrong after that, then I'm willing to pay it. But I didn't buy that welder to sit there and not make use. So anyways, we got a welder. I'm going to put it to use. Maybe save some money. And I can use it down the road too, right? So anyways, with that said, I thank you for watching another video. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget, give it that thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel and you're seeing this, hit that subscribe button. Please help me out. We'll see you on the next one.